Hello everyone. I'm going to explain shading algorithms. So, shading algorithms are actually illumination models applied on the surface of the object. So, a shading model actually computes the intensity and the colors to be displayed on the surface of the object. So, there are primarily two kinds of shading models. So, primary ingredients of the shading models, that is properties of the surface and the properties of illumination falling on it. So, we are going to study three kinds of shading models: flat shading, go-round shading, and Phong shading. So about flat shading, the shading is actually followed in this format that a single illumination is to be applied in the entire object. So it's also called constant shading. So the color is computed once for each polygon and it's applied throughout the polygon. So that's how a flat shading works. But the disadvantage of flat shading is that it contains MAC banding. That is, you can see in the picture given that there are stripes of shades seen in the figures. So, but it works for objects which have flat faces. So it's a simple and the fastest shading method available. So you can see this is an example of MAC band, and that is the disadvantage of flat. Now coming to ground shading, it is the color or the illumination is calculated per vertex. And how is it calculated? You take the normals of each polygon faces and average the normals to the vertex sharing all the common vertex sharing all the faces, and that vertex illumination model is computed and applied throughout the surface by interpolation method. So that is the method applied here. As you can see in the figure given below, you have C1, C2, C3 as vertices, and the illumination value computed at C1, C2, and C3 are interpolated, and in the center you get a value alpha C1 plus beta C2 plus gamma C3, which is the interpolation value of all the three vertices. So that's how Goran shading works. But the disadvantage of this kind of shading is it can miss highlights that occur during specular reflection. So that is one of the disadvantages of Goran shading. Coming next to Phong shading, here the normals, as in we have done in Goran shading, is applied, uh, but the illumination value is calculated for each pixels. So the value is not interpolated by calculating the illumination value at the vertex. So that is the benefit of Phong shading. It is more realistic, but complex calculation because you are taking the value applied to each pixel. And the disadvantage of MAC band effect is eliminated in this kind of Phong shading. So this is the comparison between Goran shading and Phong shading. So in Goran shading, polygon has one normal vertex, normal vector per vertex, and the illumination value calculated for that vertex is applied throughout the polygon surface. It requires moderate and processing time, and less accurate results occur here. But whereas for Phong shading, the again the normal vector per vertex is taken, but the value is calculated for each pixel or each point of interest. And since it's calculated for each pixel under consideration, it produces a good quality. But it is slow as the computation becomes complex, and but it gives more accurate results. Now coming to the next topic, curves. So we have what are curves. We have to know what are the interpolation and approximation curve, and in that we are going to study two kinds of curves: B-spline curve and The types of curve. So we have already studied how to draw circles. So you can actually follow the circle drawing method to draw a curve. So there are explicit curve, implicit curve, and parametric curve. Explicit curves are found by finding the function of x, you get the value of y. Then implicit curves, you're getting the function of x and y equal to 0, wherein you are following the example is you're following the circle equation. Parametric curves are you're getting if it is a two-dimensional parametric curve, you'll find the function of t and another value, wherein you are going to find another function based on the uh, points uh, on the points of parameter t, which is actually varied and over a certain interval a and b. So it's actually varied interval between 0 and then spline representation. Spline is actually a flexible strip which is used to produce a smooth curve, and it is actually represented by control points, and control points actually control the shape of the curve. So by modifying and manipulating the control points, you can actually translate, rotate, and scale the curve. So there are two kinds of curves which can be drawn: interpolated curves and approximation curves. So in interpolated curves, the curves has to pass through each of the control point, whereas in approximation curve, it is not necessary to pass through all the control. As you contains the all the curves, and the degree of the polynomial, as I said, defines the defining the curve segment is one less than the number of control points. Then so these are the general, as you can see there are different set of properties given here, so that's important. Then coming to b-spline. B-spline is another set of curve wherein you see it is non-global, and you see the blending function given in the box below, and so that is the equation or the blending function which the b-spline. So this is the expansion or the explanation of the equation of B-spline, where k is the order of the polynomial segments and the degree is 1 minus the k value, and the function of k, the function of t is called the knot sequence. So these are the set of properties of a B-spline. So sum of the B-spline basis function or blending function is always equal to 1. The basis function is a positive or 0 for all parametric value. And it is precisely one maximum value except for k equal to 1. So the maximum number of curve is equal to the vertices that define the polygon. And so these are the basic functions of or properties of B-spline which you will have to remember. So thank you. That's all for about